Let me tell you something today. Life will shake you, storms will test you, and the road you're walking might feel like it's cracking under your feet. But listen to me. You're not breaking down, you're breaking down, you're breaking through. Well, I know it looks like nothing's happening, but I came to tell somebody when things start shifting in your life, when people walk away, when doors close and opportunities vanish. It's not rejection, it's redirection. You see, when everything familiar starts to feel uncomfortable, that's not chaos, that's construction. Don't despise the discomfort. Don't curse the confusion. That unsettled feeling deep down in your spirit, that's your sign. That's your confirmation. You are being moved. You are being lifted. Something is shifting, and it's not to destroy you, it's to develop you. And can I preach this right here? When people you thought would never leave suddenly disappear, don't you chase them. The departure is divine. Their exit is evidence. Because what's coming next doesn't require who or what you had before. You're being positioned for purpose. And let me tell you, when you stop fitting into old places, when you start losing interest in what once entertained you, it means growth has found you. There's another sign you might be missing: favor in the unfamiliar. Opportunities showing up where you didn't plan. People you never met pouring into your life. Doors swinging open in rooms you never thought you'd enter. That's not luck. That's alignment. That's preparation meeting placement. And don't ignore your own strength. You thought you'd be done by now. You thought that heartbreak, that failure, that loss was the end of you. But here you are, standing, breathing, fighting. That's not just resilience. That's preservation. That's preservation. That's purpose pushing you forward when pain tried to hold you back. Let me tell you this, when peace starts showing up in the middle of the storm, when you can smile and you don't even know why, when you've got no reason to be calm, but you are, that's evidence. Evidence that you are being sustained beyond your own ability. That's the kind of peace that doesn't make sense but won't let go. And when your desires start changing, when what you used to crave can't satisfy you anymore, that's transformation. That's elevation. That's preparation for something greater. You are not who you used to be, and you don't even fully know who you're becoming. So don't wait for the clouds to part or the thunder to stop. The signs are already there. You're being kept, you're being moved, you're being shaped, and you're not alone. When life feels unstable or uncomfortable, it's often a sign you're being moved toward your next level. Not punished, but positioned. People and things leaving your life may be part of a greater plan. Some exits are necessary for your growth and alignment with purpose. Unexpected opportunities and blessings are often signs you're in divine alignment, even if you're in unfamiliar territory. When you're calm in chaos and strong in struggle, it's proof you're being sustained by something greater than your own strength. A shift in what you crave or value is a sign you're evolving, becoming who you were created to be, even if you can't fully see it yet. When discomfort comes, most people run. We pray it away, cry through it, and plead for relief. But what if I told you that discomfort is not a curse? It's a calling. What if the pressure you're feeling isn't there to crush you, but to push you? See, we get so used to comfort that we forget comfort is often the enemy of growth. Discomfort shows up when the season you're in no longer matches the capacity inside of you. That unsettled feeling, that shift in your emotions, that restlessness in your spirit, that's not random. That's a sign you're being summoned to more. You've been praying for purpose, for destiny, for breakthrough, but you didn't know that the answer wouldn't come wrapped in peace. Sometimes it comes wrapped in pressure. It comes wrapped in confusion. It comes wrapped in a situation that doesn't make sense. Because if everything made sense, you wouldn't move. If everything stayed comfortable, you'd stay stuck in a place you've outgrown. You'd keep managing something that God is trying to move you beyond. And here's the truth. When life starts getting uncomfortable, we assume something's wrong. We think we missed a step. We think we're off track. But what if that tension is not punishment, but preparation? What if it's not the enemy fighting you, but the hand of destiny shaping you? Sometimes God doesn't remove the discomfort because it's the very thing that's training your faith, building your character, and waking up your potential. Think about it. Nothing significant ever grows in a place of ease. Diamonds are formed under pressure. Gold is refined by fire. Muscles are built by resistance. So why would your spirit grow in any other way? When everything around you is shaking, when your routine no longer satisfies you, when the places you used to find peace now feel tight and uneasy, That's your inner man telling you there's more. That's your soul rejecting the smallness of your current space. There are times when discomfort becomes the language of transition. It's the soul's way of saying, you can't stay here. It's how your destiny begins to break through the barriers of your comfort zone. You were never designed to stay in the same place, doing the same thing, living the same way. You were designed to evolve. But evolution is uncomfortable. Growth is awkward. Becoming is messy. You might be looking around wondering why you feel off, why nothing is satisfying you anymore. It's not depression. It's development. It's not anxiety. It's awakening. You're being stretched, not because you're weak, but because you're growing stronger. That friction you're feeling, that's the tension between who you've been and who you're becoming. And when that stretch starts happening, you've got two choices: resist it or rise with it. There are moments in life when the nest gets stirred. The eagle stirs the nest of its young, not to be cruel, but to prepare them for the sky. That mother will start removing the soft layers of the nest, exposing the sticks and thorns underneath. Why? Because as long as it feels good, the eaglets won't fly. As long as it's comfortable, they won't spread their wings. So she disrupts the comfort to awaken the instinct. And maybe that's what's happening in your life right now. The soft things are being pulled back. The familiar is being shaken. The easy places are becoming painful because it's time to fly. It's not that you're losing your way. It's that the path you were on is too small for what's coming next. It can't carry your next dimension, so don't despise the discomfort. Don't rush to fix what's being shifted. Let the tension teach you. Let the uncertainty shape you. Let the restlessness reveal what you've ignored for too long. When you stop running from the pressure and start asking what it's producing in you, that's when transformation begins. You don't have to understand it to grow through it. You don't have to like it to learn from it. But you do have to recognize it. Discomfort is not always a detour. It's often divine direction. It doesn't feel good, but it's working for your good. It's not the end of your comfort. It's the beginning of your calling. Because when the familiar no longer fits, it means the future is formed. And it's in that very tension, that very stretching, that your next level is being born. There comes a moment in every life where people begin to fall off. Not because you did something wrong, not because you failed them or forgot them, but because where you're going, they simply can't follow. There is a divine strategy in separation. Some connections were only meant for a season, and when that season shifts, so do the people. We hold on, trying to make temporary relationships serve permanent purposes, but the truth is, some departures are deliverance. You've got to stop mourning who left and start discerning what their absence is making room for. Simon Page starts elevating you. He doesn't just change your surroundings, he changes your circle. The voices you used to lean on might go silent. The people you always turn to might become distant. That's not always betrayal. Sometimes that's the blessing. Because you can't take old mindsets, old conversations, old patterns into a new dimension. Some people were attached to your past but can't handle your purpose. They were comfortable with who you used to be but intimidated by who you're becoming. And yes, it hurts. Let's be honest, it's painful to see people you love walk away. It's hard when loyalty doesn't come back around. But there's a truth you need to embrace. When people exit your life without cause, without closure, without clarity, it's not always personal. It's providential. Elevation demands separation. Every level comes with new air, and not everyone can breathe where you're headed. That altitude you're climbing to? It'll expose the people who are only with you because they benefited from your lower level. Sometimes God will allow people to misunderstand you just so they'll move. He'll stir up distance so you'll step into destiny. And while you're trying to repair what fell apart, he's trying to release what no longer fits. So you're praying for restoration, but he's orchestrating release. You're asking for clarity, but he's giving you closure in silence. Stop trying to resurrect what God allowed to die. Some relationships ended not because of failure, but because of fulfillment. They served their purpose. They played their part. Now it's time to move forward. When you really begin to walk in your calling, your circle will get smaller. It's not rejection, it's refinement. And don't get bitter. Don't become cynical. Don't start questioning your worth. Their departure says more about their capacity than your value. They couldn't handle the weight of where you're going. They couldn't celebrate what God is awakening in you. And that's okay, because destiny isn't determined by who's around you. It's determined by what's within you. In fact, look at the pattern. Every time something great was about to happen, separation occurred first. Joseph was pulled from his brothers before he saw the palace. David had to leave the fields before he ever faced the giant. Even Jesus had to separate himself in the garden to. All you need is obedience. All you need is the faith to keep walking when familiar hands stop reaching. Because on the other side of separation is elevation. On the other side of letting go is the life you were designed for. And when you finally stop chasing who left and start chasing what's next, you'll realize every loss was a lift. Every goodbye was a gift. Every ending was an invitation to become. This kind of desire doesn't come from external motivation. It comes from internal revelation. It's not about impressing others. It's not about proving a point. It's about becoming aligned with purpose. You start craving clarity, craving authenticity, craving environments that feed your soul, not just your ego. And the wild thing is, you don't always know what the imara is. You just know you're not where you're supposed to be yet. That longing is divine. That tension is holy. It's the signpost that you're not dead inside. You're evolving. You're maturing. You're waking up to purpose. And purpose has a way of agitating the parts of you that have been comfortable too long. Growth will never feel good at first. It will feel like discomfort. It will feel like loss. It will feel like confusion. But underneath all of that is transformation. And always you start reevaluating everything. What you consume, who you surround yourself with, how you spend your time. You stop settling for surface-level conversations and shallow pursuits. You start pulling away from chaos and gravitating toward peace. And the beautiful part is you're not even doing it out of obligation. You're doing it out of conviction. Something in you just knows this can't be it. There has to be more. And you're willing to leave behind what's familiar to find what's fulfilling. People might not understand it. They'll call you distant, say you've changed. And they're right, you have changed. Because when your appetite shifts, your atmosphere has to shift too. You can't keep feeding your soul junk and expect to thrive. When your spirit starts reaching for higher ground, your habits have to rise with it. You can't be who you were and who you're becoming at the same time. One has to give way to the other. And that's where the friction comes in. That's where the battle intensifies. Because you're not just fighting external resistance, you're wrestling with your own patterns, your own limitations, your own doubts. But that struggle is sacred. It means you care. It means you're aware. It means you're not numb anymore. And if you stay with it, if you don't run from the discomfort, if you lean into the longing, you'll start to see the shift take shape. You'll wake up one day and realize you're responding differently. You're no longer drawn to what drains you. You're no longer impressed by what used to tempt you. You're choosing peace over popularity, growth over comfort, purpose over approval. And that, right there, is the fruit of transformation. That's the evidence that the change wasn't just emotional. It was spiritual. It wasn't just a moment. It was a movement within your soul. And no, the process isn't perfect. You'll still have days where you doubt. Days where the old version of you tries to come back and make you question everything. But don't confuse moments of weakness with failure. You're still growing, you're still moving, you're still shifting. Transformation is not a straight line. It's a continual rising, a gradual unfolding, a sacred becoming. So when you feel that pull, when the hunger for more won't let you rest, don't ignore it. Don't numb it. Don't explain it away. Lean into it. That desire is direction. That craving is calling. That change in appetite is the first sign that something greater is being born in you. You're not losing your way, you're finding your wings. And every new craving, every new conviction, every holy discontent, it's all pointing you toward who you were always meant to be. So now you see, what felt like breaking was building. What looked like rejection was redirection. What seemed like silence was strategy. Every shift, every separation, every strange favor, every stillness in the storm, every stirring in your soul, it's all been proof that you're not walking alone. You've been guided, you've been graced, you've been growing through the very things that were sent to stop you. And now that your eyes are open, now that your spirit is awakened, you can't go back to who you used to be. Because once you know you're being helped, even in ways you don't always understand, you begin to walk with a different kind of boldness, a different kind of peace, a different kind of fire. You stop chasing validation and start moving in vision. You stop asking why and start trusting the who behind it all. So don't shrink, don't settle, don't second guess what's shifting in your life. You are in the hands of something greater, and even when you can't see it, you can sense it. That's how you know you're being helped, not just to survive, but to rise.